If you've been thinking about getting serious with your money, like actually serious, now's the time. The Motley Fool is offering new members 50% off their iconic stock recommendation service, Stock Advisor. This is the same service that's crushed the market with recommendations that have returned 1,057% since inception, compared to the S&P 500's 180% over that same period. This isn't guesswork. The Motley Fool has a track record of finding companies before they become household names. So if you want to invest smarter and you like saving money while doing it, go to fool.com/listen to claim your 50% off discount off a 1-year term of Stock Advisor. Again, that's fool.com/listen. Returns of 1,057% are from the Motley Fool's product Stock Advisor and measured against S&P 500 returns of 180% as of July 10th, 2025. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. All investing involves a risk of loss. Individual investment results may vary.
Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Drama on this Monday with episodes of Mr. Keen, Tracer of Lost Persons, Barrie Craig Confidential Investigator, Romance, and Suspense. Jackie Kellock in a very bizarre dramatic role. And we'll wrap it all up with Lum and Abner. That's all coming up on this Monday, 22nd day of September, 265th day of the year, 100 days left in 2025, the last day of the summer season. Last people hanged for witchcraft in the U.S. on this date in 1692. Nathan Hale hanged for spying during the American Revolution in 1776 on this date. The position of Postmaster General established on this date in 1789, and the city of Des Moines, Iowa, incorporated as Fort Des Moines. President Lincoln issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation in 1862, declaring all slaves in rebel states free as of January 1st of 1863. First issue of National Geographic magazine published on this date in 1888, and in 1893 the first American-built automobile built by the Duryea brothers displayed. Jack Dempsey lost the long count boxing match to Gene Tunney on this date in 1927. In 1949, the Soviet Union exploded its first atomic bomb. Fiddler on the Roof opened on this date in 1964 with Zero Mostel for the first time singing If I Were a Rich Man. On this date in 1975, Sarah Jane Moore tried to assassinate President Ford.
It sounds like someone has fired a shot at the president just as he came out the door. We didn't hear the fire. They're screaming away. Apparently someone has fired some sort of shot at the president. We can't see from here. He is okay. We can't tell just exactly what's going on at this point.
The plot formed by former Marine Oliver Sipple on this date in 1975. It was on this date in 1980 Procter & Gamble took Rely tampons off the market after studies showed the use of Rely might increase the risk of toxic shock syndrome.
We are suspending the sale of Rely tampons to remove Rely and Procter & Gamble from the controversy surrounding a new disease called toxic shock syndrome. This is being done despite the fact that we know of no defect in the Rely tampon, and despite evidence that the withdrawal of Rely will not eliminate the occurrence of toxic shock, even if Rely's use is completely discontinued.
Procter & Gamble went so far as to buy radio time to further the recall.
If you use Rely tampons, here's an important message from Procter & Gamble. Women who use Rely tampons should stop using them. Procter & Gamble asks that you return any unused product to the company for a refund. Procter & Gamble has suspended the sale of Rely tampons. We've taken this action until more is known about a newly discovered disease called toxic shock syndrome. tampons have been associated with this disease. Tampons do not cause toxic shock syndrome, but use of tampons seems to be a contributing factor in its development. Some studies suggest that Rely tampons increase this risk more than other brands. Please look for the Rely advertisements in your daily newspapers to learn more about toxic shock syndrome and how to get a refund for any unused Rely tampons you may have in your home. In the meantime, we advise you to stop using Rely tampons.
Now, in March of 1982, Procter & Gamble found negligent by a federal jury for offering a defective product, but no damages were awarded. On that same date back in 1980, the Persian Gulf conflict between Iran and Iraq erupted into full-scale war. Iraqis protesting after their president Saddam Hussein invaded an oil-producing province in Iran. On this date in 1991, the Dead Sea Scrolls were made available to the public for the first time by the Huntington Library. In 1993, an Amtrak train plunged into a bayou in the middle of the night near Mobile, Alabama.
It was dark, and water was coming inside that car. And I mean, water. And the people just started hollering and screaming all over and trying to get out.
Survivor Raymond Mordillo describing the panic from his hospital bed. 47 people killed in the crash. It was on this date in 2005, John Roberts' nomination as Chief Justice cleared the Senate Judiciary Committee on a 13-5 vote. The U.S. Mint unveiled the first change to the penny in 50 years on this date in 2008, as Lincoln's portrait still on the front of the penny, but new designs replacing the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Passing away on this date in history, the very, very funny Dan Rowan, also Irving Berlin, wonderful composer, Dorothy Lamour, George C. Scott, Isaac Stern, Gordon Jump from WKRP in Cincinnati, from Butterflies Are Free, the motion picture, Edward Albert, also the mime and actor Marcel Marceau. His last words were... Also singer Eddie Fisher, and baseball player, coach, and manager Yogi Berra, because he was a mime, you see. I know, telling jokes about dead people, some folks get very upset that I do that, but I think many of these people would actually appreciate them, or some wouldn't. Anyway, birthdays on this date include actor Eric von Stroheim, actor Paul Muni, actor John Houseman, and actress Martha Scott, all born on this date, and they have left the building.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
No, I'm not denigrating Marcel Marceau. He was a fine mime. He really was. I just, Anyway, the lady who sang about, "Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind," Tony Basil, 82 years old today. He played Hot Rodder John Milner in American Graffiti. Paul LeMat is 80 today. Singer Sherry Belafonte, 71. Singer Debbie Boone is my age. I can't believe that, 69 years old. Tenor Andrea Bocelli, 67. Fox News commentator Neil Cavuto is 67. Musician Joan Jett is also 67. Fra Chachi on Happy Days, Charles in Charge. Scott Baio is 65. From Rain Man, Bonnie Hunt, 64, who talks about her very first audition.
I make the U-turn, I pull right into the spot, I open the door, and a truck comes by and takes the door right off.
Would kind of take the edge off that, don't you know? Bonnie Hunt, 64 years old today. From Dynasty, Catherine Oxenberg, also 64. From Orphan Black, and she was She-Hulk attorney at law, Tatiana Maslany is 40. And Draco Malfoy on Harry Potter, Tom Felton is 38. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 22nd day of September as their birthday. If this is your birthday,
happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Bennett Kilpack as Mr. Keene, tracer of lost persons from 76 years ago, comes up in just a moment.
In case of enemy attack on our country, these two numbers, 640 and 1240, may save your life. They are your Conelrad frequencies. Remember, 640 and 1240.
And on this Monday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Bennett Kilpack as Mr. Keene, tracer of lost persons, 76 years ago, September 22nd, 1949, the Yellow Talon Murder Case.
It's time now for Mr. Keene, tracer of lost persons. Ladies and gentlemen, Anison and Colinos present Mr. Keene, tracer of lost persons, one of the most famous characters of American fiction in one of radio's most thrilling dramas. Tonight and every Thursday at the same time, the famous old investigator takes from his file and brings to us one of his most celebrated missing persons cases. Tonight's case is entitled The Yellow Talon Murder Case. Today, many thousands of people are thankful to their physicians or dentists for first having introduced them to that remarkable preparation called Anison, which brings such incredibly fast and effective relief from the pains of headaches, neuritis, or neuralgia. Anison is like a doctor's prescription. That is, it contains not just one, but a combination of medically proven active ingredients. So ask for easy-to-take Anison tablets at your drug counter next time you suffer pains from headache, neuritis, or neuralgia. For most effective relief, use only as directed. I'll repeat the name for you, Anison, A-N-A-C-I-N. Now for Mr. Keene and the Yellow Talon Murder Case. Our scene opens in the study of a country home on the Hudson River, some 50 miles from New York. An attractive, auburn-haired young woman has just entered the room. And as she shakily picks up the telephone and dials the number, it is obvious that she is under some frightful strain.
Why don't they answer? Why don't they answer?
Operator.
Oh, operator, I've been trying to get the police. It's a matter of life and death. Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh, hello? 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 Oh, the phone. The line's been cut. The phone's dead. No. No. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. No.
Can I help you, young fella?
Are you Mr. Keene?
Oh, I'm Mike Clancy, his partner. Mr. Keene's in his private office. Did you and this young lady have an appointment with him?
No, I just hoped I'd get a chance to see him right away. It's rather important.
Please, tell him Philip Carter's here. It's terribly urgent.
Oh, here's the boss now.
Mike, do you have the Roberts folder? Are you Mr. Keene, sir?
Yes.
My name is Philip Carter, and this is my fiancée, Eloise Gray. Could you possibly give us a few minutes of your time, sir? I'd be very grateful.
Just what is it you want to see me about, Philip?
A murder, Mr. Keene.
It's Philip's sister, Helen. She was She was killed last night in Philip's home.
Saints preserve us, but we didn't read anything about it in the papers, young fella.
The family estate is 50 miles from here, on the Hudson. It will probably be reported in the newspapers later today.
Well, sit down, Philip. And you, Miss Gray. Mike, we can let the Roberts matter drop for a while. Doesn't seem to be as urgent as this.
Okay, Mr. Keene.
Now, suppose you give me the details, Philip.
My sister Helen was found in the study about midnight by our Uncle Jonathan. He's been living with us ever since the death of our parents years ago.
I'll never forget last night as long as I live, Mr. Keene. I saw Helen's body, too.
You were in the house at the time of the crime, Heloise?
I was asleep. Philip's uncle woke me up and sent me into town for the police. The phone wires had been cut.
How was Helen Carter killed?
That was the most horrible thing of all, Mr. Keene.
My sister had been strangled, and her throat was terribly lacerated. It was as if some gigantic bird with sharp talons or claws had attacked her.
A bird? Saints preserve us.
What made you think of a bird, Philip?
Because of this. It was found near my sister's body. The police permitted me to bring it here when I told them I was going to ask you to enter the case, Mr. Keene.
Well, let me see that, Philip. Mike, what do you make of this?
Well, it looks like a talon, Mr. Keene. A yellow claw.
Yes, the type of claw an eagle or a hawk might have. And yet this particular talon is too big for an ordinary hawk. If it actually came from a bird, the bird must have been gigantic.
Sure, and it makes your spine crawl just to look at it, boss. It's as sharp as a razor.
What other facts are there to the case, Philip?
Well, according to Uncle Jonathan, he was awakened around midnight by some kind of horrible scream. At first he thought it was one of his pets, but later he changed his mind.
What kind of pets does your uncle keep?
Falcons. In medieval times, as you probably know, Mr. Keene, hunters would train falcons to help them bag their game.
Well, I've never even seen one of them things.
Well, a falcon is a hawk, Mike, and a very clever and ferocious bird. Hundreds of years ago, they were trained to go after small game. Yet they can be quite wild and dangerous.
Uncle Jonathan Briggs is an eccentric, I guess. He's been a little peculiar ever since he lost his fortune years ago and came to live with us. We've been supporting him. But it hasn't been difficult. Dad left a very considerable estate when he died.
Your Uncle Jonathan and your fiancée, Miss Eloise, were the only people in the house at the time of your sister's murder?
Yes, Mr. Keene. My sister Helen had a personal maid, Amy Parrish, but she had taken the evening off, and she didn't return until very late.
Philip, I think you also ought to tell Mr. Keene about Kim Bradhurst.
And who is Kim Bradhurst?
A neighbor. He was in love with my sister, and he used to make a pest of himself. I once had to throw him out of the house bodily because he annoyed her so.
Was he questioned by the police?
Yes, Mr. Keene, but he had an alibi. He was ill all day yesterday and in bed. He had a doctor visit him about 9 last night.
Mr. Keene, Philip's sister Helen was one of my best friends and a wonderful girl. I never thought she made an enemy in her life until now.
We were very close, Helen and I. And if I ever get my hands on the killer...
Philip, please. Don't talk like that. You frighten me. Let Mr. Keene and the police handle the case. There's been enough horror already.
Your fiancé is right, Philip. No matter how you feel, the law must take its course.
I understand that, sir.
Will you come back to the house with us, Mr. Keene? Philip was afraid to leave me there alone after what happened. That's why I came with him to New York.
Eloise was spending a few days with Helen while I attended a horse show near here. I've shown a few entries every year, but I only wish I'd never even thought of it this time. Maybe if I'd been at home last night, I'd have been able to save my sister's life.
It was something you certainly couldn't foresee, Philip. Mike, suppose we drive out to the Carter estate, along with Philip and Eloise.
I'll get the car, Mr. Keene.
We're having my sister's funeral at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I guess we'll just have time to make it.
Then suppose Mike and I go to your house, Philip. You and Miss Eloise can attend the funeral while we make a preliminary investigation.
Whatever you say, Mr. Keene.
This Yellow Talon is most strange, to say the least. Certainly it couldn't have been some monstrous bird.
It's dreadful. It makes me shudder just to look at it.
I think of poor Helen.
I know, it's shocking. But I promise you, Philip, I'll see this case through to the end, no matter how great the risk.
That must be the Carter house, Mr. Keene, right in front of us.
Yes, and apparently that's where the road ends, Mike.
Oh. Saints preserve us.
What's the trouble?
Did you see that, boss?
What?
Well, something flew by the car on the left just a second ago. Mr. Keene, look out. It's some kind of a hawk.
Yes, Mike, it's a falcon. One of Uncle Jonathan's, I imagine.
Why, it's flying back to the house.
Try to see where it lands, Mike.
There. There she goes. Up behind them gables on the roof.
And she's a beauty, isn't she?
Mr. Keene, who's that fella?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. By any chance, are you Philip Carter's uncle?
Why, yes, I'm Jonathan Briggs. Who may you be?
My name is Keene. And this is my partner, Mike Clancy.
Keene, the eminent investigator. You've come to look into the death of my niece, Helen.
At your nephew Philip's request. I imagined you'd be at your niece's funeral, Mr. Briggs.
I don't like funerals, Mr. Keene. I never attend them.
Well, would you mind showing us to the house?
Not at all. But let me tell you that you're just wasting your time here.
Am I?
As well as risking your life. The house is no good. It's cursed with bad luck.
Well, we'll risk it, Mr. Briggs.
Suit yourself. But just remember that I warned you. This way, Mr. Keene. Amy! Amy, where are you? Fool maid's never around when you want her. Make yourself at home, Mr. Keene and Mr. Clancy.
Well, thank you, Mr. Briggs.
It certainly is a big house. Must be 20 or 30 rooms in this place.
Yes, it's big. Big and cold.
You don't seem to like it very much, Mr. Briggs.
I don't.
And why do you stay?
Because I can't go anywhere else. Besides, Sir Richard and Lady Sharp would miss the woods.
And who are Sir Richard and Lady Sharp?
My birds. My falcons. You saw Sir Richard a moment ago when he flew past your car. He's as fast as lightning, that one is. I've spent 3 years training him how to kill.
Not a very cheerful hobby you've got, Mr. Briggs.
He attacks only field mice and small animals, Mr. Clancy.
Would that falcon be capable of attacking a human being?
I knew you'd come to that, Mr. Keene. They want to blame my niece Helen's death on one of my birds. Well, it's ridiculous. Why, those falcons are as harmless as 2 pigeons.
There's preserve us. What was that?
Sounded like Amy the maid.
Get him out of here. Keep him away.
Amy, control yourself. Why are you carrying on?
It's one of your falcons. He flew in through the window and almost blinded me.
Stop acting like a child. It's probably Sir Richard. I'll find him.
Calm yourself, Amy. You're not in any danger. My name is Keene.
Mr. Keene, the great investigator? Oh, I was hoping Mr. Carter would call you in, sir. The most terrible things have been going on in this house.
So I've heard.
It's those birds. Well, you'd think they were human the way Mr. Briggs talks to them. One of them killed Miss Helen, I know it. And I'll be next.
No, take it easy, Amy. No one's going to do any killing while we're around.
Tell me something about Miss Helen Carter. Was she on good terms with her Uncle Jonathan?
As far as I know, sir. I guess he's a harmless one himself, though he acts like a loon sometimes. But it's those vicious birds, those falcons, I can't stand them.
I don't think Helen Carter was murdered by a bird, Amy.
No?
In fact, I'm sure of it.
But, Mr. Keene, I've heard of eagles and hawks attacking people sometimes and even killing them.
That's true. A bird the size of a hawk might possibly attack a man or a woman if it was provoked. But it certainly wouldn't bother to cut a telephone wire before doing it.
Why, I never thought of that, boss.
Sir Richard! Sir Richard, come back here! Come back! Don't shoot me!
Faith, and now what's going on in this place?
The shotgun blast, Mike. Sounds as if it came from outside the house. Come along with me.
Mr. Keene, look.
Who are you? I was just going to ask you the same question.
Tim Bradhurst, my name. Where's Jonathan? I've got a little present for him.
You killed him. You killed Sir Richard.
I'll say I have. I was glad to blast his ugly head off. You'll find him out there in the woods, Jonathan. If that other bird of yours starts going after my chickens, she'll get the same dose.
You murderous! Steady, Mr. Briggs.
Take him inside the house, Mike.
Come along.
He killed my falcon. I'll square accounts. I'll square accounts if it's the last thing that I do.
What did you say your name was, mister?
I didn't say, but it happens to be Keene.
Oh, famous investigator, huh? I suppose you've come to find out how Helen Carter died. Well, I loved her as much as anyone. You find the killer, I'll be happy to help you take care of him.
I won't need any help on that score, Mr. Bradhurst. But I assure you I intend to find him or her, no matter how dangerous the task it may be. Helen Carter was murdered by a human being, not a bird. Although it appears her killer had talons. And I'm going to see that those talons are clipped for good.
In just a moment, we'll return to Mr. Keene and the Yellow Talon Murder Case. Meanwhile, beware of unpleasing breath that breathes between teeth. Get Colinos toothpaste with amazing dental floss action for a clean mouth and a pleasing breath. Most unpleasing breath breathes between the teeth, in the deep recesses where food particles can collect and decay. These are the places that must be reached to have a really clean mouth, a pleasant breath. Your dentist knows this to be true. Now, Colinos toothpaste gives you dental floss action. That is, sends thousands of active cleansing bubbles to penetrate hard-to-reach dental areas. Helps dislodge bits of food that can cause unpleasing breath and tooth decay. What's more, Colinos has high-polishing action. Brightens dingy teeth by removing ordinary yellow surface stains. Colinos is gentle, safe for even children's teeth and tender gums. Enjoy its cool, clean, minty flavor. Most refreshing toothpaste ever. Test Colinos in your own way. Keeps your teeth bright, your breath right. Colinos toothpaste is dentist approved, dentist recommended. Get the Colinos with dental floss action today. Save 31 cents on the giant economy size. Now, back to Mr. Keene and the Yellow Talon Murder Case. The strange and terrifying murder of pretty Helen Carter brings Mr. Keene, the famous investigator, and his partner, Mike Clancy, to the Carter home 50 miles from New York, the scene of the crime. The victim appeared to have been attacked by some gigantic bird. And the only clue discovered so far is a large, broken yellow talon, as sharp as a knife. Now it's shortly after midnight, and in the room Mr. Keene and Mike have been given, Mike is suddenly awakened from his sleep by the sound of someone moving about. Quietly, Mike reaches under his pillow for his revolver, and then raises himself on one elbow and prepares for action.
Don't move. Whoever you are, mister, don't move or I'll shoot.
It's me, Mike. Everything's all right.
Mr. Keene, what are you doing, sir?
I heard someone moving about the house. Don't put the lights on, Mike. Just slip into your robe and slippers and follow me.
I'll be right with you, boss. Just 1 second.
Ready, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Then follow me. This way, down the hall.
This house seems to be as quiet as a tomb.
I'm sure there's a prowler about, though.
Boss, look. There's a light moving towards us at the end of the hall.
Someone with a candle in his hand. Stand back against the wall until he reaches us. He hasn't seen us yet.
Boss, it's...
Yes, Mike.
It's Philip Carter's uncle, Jonathan Briggs.
Looking for something, Mr. Briggs?
What are you doing, Mr. Keene? Spying on me?
I was just wondering what you were up to at this hour.
You and your partner here think I'm crazy, don't you? You think there's something wrong with my mind.
On the contrary, I believe you're a lot more aware of what's going on than you appear.
You're looking for a murderer, aren't you? You're looking for the man who killed my niece, Helen. Well, maybe you'll have 2 murders on your hands.
What do you mean by that?
Kim Bradhurst killed my pet falcon. He killed one of my birds for no reason at all, because he wanted to see how miserable he could make me. Well, when I get my hands on Bradhurst, he'll wish he'd never been born.
Mr. Briggs, maybe you ought to go back to your room.
Don't touch me. I can take care of myself. I'm not as old and decrepit as my nephew seems to think.
He may be supporting me, but...
Tony, let's go! Help! Help me, someone!
Mr. King.
It's coming from that room, Mike.
That's the maid's room, Amy's. The door's locked, boss.
Break it down, Mike.
Wait! I'll let you in.
What's going on? Why, it's Eloise, my nephew's fiancée.
What's the trouble, Eloise?
This maid, Amy, is a thief. She's got a room full of things that belong to Helen Carter. I heard her prowling around the house, and I followed her here to her room. I caught her with my purse. I left it downstairs on the table by mistake before I went to bed.
Is that true, Amy?
Well, I guess there's no point in saying no. You have the evidence.
What's the trouble, Mr. King? What's going on here?
I'm afraid your housemaid Amy is in a very difficult situation, Philip. She's evidently a thief.
Look, Philip. The closet door is open. There's a pair of shoes that belong to your sister Helen. She even stole her clothes.
Miss Eloise, what's happened to your hand?
Well, you've got a cut on the palm, young lady.
Amy scratched me when I tried to take my bag away from her. She fought like a wildcat.
Well, what'd you expect me to do? Smile at you when you grabbed me? Anyway, I didn't take much. It isn't as bad as all that.
I'm afraid it's a lot more serious than you imagine, Amy. You not only face a charge of larceny, but also one of murder in the first degree.
Murder? Oh, no. No, I didn't kill Helen Carter. I swear I didn't, Mr. Keene.
You can defend yourself in court, Amy. I'm asking Mr. Keene to see to it that you're placed under arrest.
Well, at least give me a chance to call someone.
An attorney?
No, not a lawyer. Mr. Bradhurst.
Kim Bradhurst, our neighbor. What's he got to do with this?
Well, never mind. He owes me a little something, at least protection. Let me call him. That's all I ask.
All right, Amy. Go ahead.
I'll keep her company, boss, just to see that she behaves herself.
Right, Mike.
So it was Amy Parrish who murdered my niece, eh?
Perhaps. But this case isn't quite finished, Mr. Briggs. We may be due for another surprise. In any event, we'll hear what Mr. Bradhurst has to say. That must be Kim Bradhurst now. Philip.
Yes, Mr. Keene?
I suggest you take your uncle to his room. There may be trouble between the two.
Very well, Mr. Keene. Come on, Uncle Jonathan.
All right. I'll go. Can't stand looking at him anyway.
Here's Kim Bradhurst, Mr. Keene.
Still carrying his shotgun, I notice.
Maybe I like to carry it around, Mr. Clancy.
Well, now, Amy, what is it you want to say to Mr. Bradhurst?
Mr. Keene's accusing me of murder, Mr. Bradhurst. They all say I killed Miss Helen.
That's ridiculous.
We found Amy the maid with stolen goods a little while ago. And she admitted taking most of it from the murdered girl, Helen Carter.
I don't know anything about stolen goods, Mr. Keene, but I'll stake my reputation on the fact that Amy didn't murder Helen.
What makes you so sure, Mr. Bradhurst?
Because she was Helen's confidant, as well as her personal maid. And she's a friend of mine. Amy's done me many a favor, making things easier for me when Helen was alive. I'll return those favors by backing her to the limit.
In what way did Amy help you, Mr. Bradhurst?
I can tell you that, Mr. Keene.
Well, Miss Eloise, do you know?
Amy used to inform Kim Bradhurst when Helen's brother Philip was out of the house, so he could try to see her on the sly. It used to frighten me. I knew that Philip disliked Kim, and I thought one day it would lead to trouble. Do you know why he carries that gun around with him all the time?
I don't mind admitting it. Your sweetheart Philip's a big man, Eloise, and stronger than I am. I made up my mind to take care of him the next time he put a hand on me.
Mike, ask Philip Carter to bring his Uncle Jonathan back to the room. And ask Jonathan to bring his pet falcon along.
Okay, boss.
No, I'm afraid of that bird. I don't want to see it.
Don't worry, Amy. I got rid of one of those falcons with a shotgun. I can do the same for the second.
I advise you to be careful, Mr. Bradhurst, and keep that gun lowered.
But why bring the falcon in, Mr. Keene?
You'll see in just a moment, Miss Eloise.
Please, just call me Eloise. I feel as though we've known each other for a long time, Mr. Keene.
That's all. I feel the same way, Eloise.
Just step inside, Mr. Briggs. What do you want with me? My bird, Mr. Keene.
I just wanted to make a test, Mr. Briggs.
Look at that bird. It's horrible.
Do you also think the falcon is horrible, Eloise?
No. I think it's a beautiful bird, Mr. Keene.
Yes, Eloise always liked my falcons. She understands them.
Perhaps even more than you imagine, Mr. Briggs.
What?
Just what are you getting at, Mr. Keene?
I'm afraid I have some shocking news for you, Philip. In my opinion, your fiancée, Eloise Gray, is a murderess. She murdered your sister, Helen.
What's that you say?
Eloise? Mr. Keene, are you joking?
A few minutes ago, Eloise claimed that she followed Amy to her room and caught her with her purse.
Well, Amy admitted it, didn't she?
Yes, she admitted it, Eloise, and she did steal your purse. But you didn't follow her or see her take it. You were waiting for Amy in her room.
And may I ask how you know?
The door was locked. If you had followed the thief to her room, you certainly wouldn't have locked the door yourself. It would have put you in a dangerous position. No, it was Amy who locked her own door when she entered, thinking she was alone. And you were waiting there to kill her, the way you killed Helen Carter.
That's a lie, Mr. Keene.
No, it's not a lie, Eloise. And I have further proof. You said Amy scratched your hand when you struggled with her for the purse. I noticed that Amy bites her fingernails. They aren't long enough to scratch anyone.
Then, Mr. Keene, how did Eloise get that cut on her palm?
She inflicted it on herself by accident, Philip. She was wearing sharp talons, yellow talons, to use on Amy as she did on your sister.
Look at her, Mr. Keene.
Yes, I killed her. She hated me. She wanted to break off my engagement to Philip.
But that isn't true, Eloise. She loved you.
Loved me. Wasn't she trying to call the police?
Yes, and you cut the phone wire. In some way, Helen found out what you were, Eloise, and she tried to protect herself.
Boss, look what she's putting on her hands. The talons, the sharp claws. She wears them like gloves.
You hate me too, Keene. And you'll get what she got. Now!
Mr. Keene, look out!
Saints preserve us, but I was almost too paralyzed to move. Did you see how she acted, boss? Why, she waved her arms like she was some kind of a hawk and went for your throat, Mr. Keene.
Yes, Mike. Mr. Bradhurst, I'm sorry you used your gun. Mike would have been able to subdue her.
I couldn't help it, Mr. Keene. When I saw the insane look in her face, watched her reach for your neck with her talons, I tried to protect you instinctively.
Well, I suppose she's better off. She was undoubtedly insane.
Mr. Keene, I can't believe it. How could anyone change so?
I'm sorry, Philip. But in my opinion, your fiancée had a split personality. She changed from a human being to what you've just seen, homicidal maniac. How long had you known her?
Only a few months.
And your sister, Helen, actually was very fond of her, Philip?
Yes, Mr. Keene.
Well, Eloise had to have some excuse for murder in her poor, distorted mind. So she imagined Helen was trying to ruin her life. Amy would have been her second victim. It went for a stroke of luck. However, we can consider the case to be closed. We've solved the mystery of the Yellow Talon murder.
And so Mr. Keene finds the solution to the Yellow Talon Murder Case. The next time you're suffering from the pains of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia, try Anacin. You'll bless the day you heard of this incredibly fast way to relieve these pains. Now, the reason Anacin is so wonderfully fast-acting and effective is this. Anacin is like a doctor's prescription. That is, Anacin contains not just one, but a combination of medically proven active ingredients in easy-to-take tablet form. Thousands of people have received envelopes containing Anacin tablets from their own dentist or physician, and in this way have discovered the incredibly fast relief Anacin brings from pain of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia. So next time such pain strike, take Anacin. For most effective relief, use only as directed. Your druggist has Anacin in handy boxes of 12 and 30, and economical family-size bottles of 50 and 100. The name is Anacin, A-N-A-C-I-N. Mr. Keene, Tracer of Lost Persons, is based on the novel Mr. Keene. The radio sequel is originated and produced by Frank and Ann Hubbard. Dialogue by Lawrence Cleave. Bennett Kilpack plays Mr. Keene. It is on the air every Thursday at this time. Don't miss Mr. Keene next Thursday when the kindly old tracer turns to the case of murder with 1,000 witnesses.
Sometimes the Hummert stories were just right up there, and other times they were just right out weird. They were. Mr. Keene, Tracer of Lost Persons, 76 years ago, September 22nd, 1949, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. William Gargan as Barrie Craig Confidential Investigator comes up next.
Your automobile may save your life during a national emergency. It can move you out of the target area, provide shelter, communications, and carry supplies. Keep your car in good shape at all times.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, William Gargan, a wonderful entertainer, wonderful actor, and such a sad story about how cancer took his voice. Very, very sad. Barrie Craig Confidential Investigator, 72 years ago today, September 22nd, 1953, the true fact that kitchens come with knives.
William Gargan stars as Barrie Craig, Confidential Investigator.
Murderers may have their difficulties, but they do have one advantage over the rest of us. Their work may be killing, but it's not they who get killed.
Coleman, America's leader in modern automatic home heating equipment, and the National Broadcasting Company present William Gargan in another transcribed drama of mystery and adventure with America's #1 detective, Barrie Craig, Confidential Investigator. But before we bring you tonight's story, a word from Coleman, America's leader in modern automatic home heating equipment.
Hey, Pop, what are you doing?
Setting the clock, boy.
What for, Pop?
Getting up early tomorrow. Gotta go get us a Coleman heater while the big bonus sale is on.
Yes, now's the time to plan ahead for a warm house all winter. Buy your Coleman heater during Coleman's bonus sale. You get 3 big bonuses.
A new low price.
Now you can get a Coleman oil or gas heater at a new low price.
A new low operating cost.
You'll save up to 25% on heating bills because Coleman has exclusive fuel air control. Gives you maximum heat from the fuel you use.
And a 32-piece set of Libby Safe Edge glassware worth $14 in any store, free with your Coleman oil or gas heater.
Get these 3 big bonuses during Coleman's big bonus sale. This offer is for a short time only, so see your Coleman dealer tomorrow. Look for his name in your telephone directory.
Remember, comfort costs so little with a Coleman.
Barrie Craig speaking. I suppose the classic position in which confidential investigators are generally supposed to be found is lurking in a doorway. I was in such a position this particular evening, but I wasn't enjoying it. For one thing, the doorway was drafty. For another, it was raining outside. And for a third, if that's necessary, I hadn't liked the assignment in the first place. All I had to do was wait in a doorway until a man named Sam Jenkins made an appearance, then go home. The next morning, I'd type up a report to the effect that Sam Jenkins was seen leaving 1012 East 43rd Street at 11:01 p.m. the previous night, and mail it to his business associates. Generally, there's a check in the return mail, all of which is fine, but not especially exciting. Except that sometimes it gets exciting anyway.
Am I blocking your view, mister?
That would depend on what I was looking at.
Let's say the house across the street.
It's a large house.
I'm a large man.
I've noticed that.
Well, then why not take a walk down the street?
I like it here.
Look, mister, why don't you go find yourself a keyhole to peep through and save yourself some trouble?
Maybe I like trouble. You figuring on making some for me?
Okay. I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Enjoy what? Slugs in your stomach? The gun's loaded. I've got a license for it, and I'd be delighted to explain the whole thing to the police. It's your move.
You feel pretty brave standing there behind a gun, don't you?
Not especially. I just happen to be working, and I don't like interruptions.
I'll get in touch with you some other time, wise guy.
Please do. Goodbye. The large gentleman moved down the street, turned the corner, and that was the end of it, for the time being. It was a pretty obvious effort to make me stop watching the house opposite, and Jenkins exit therefrom. It hadn't worked, though. At least at the time, I thought it hadn't. By the time a couple of hours had rolled by, I wasn't so sure. The rain had stopped, and the night was getting old. Jenkins was still in the house opposite. He wasn't supposed to know I was following him and reporting to his associates. Up until the time I made my move across the street, I was pretty sure he hadn't known. That didn't explain why he was still in the house. I decided he might just as well find out about me.
Yes?
Oh, excuse me. I'm looking for a man named Sam Jenkins.
That sounds like a very dull thing to be looking for.
I'm a very dull type. Still, in my own dull way, I'd like to speak to Mr. Jenkins.
Oh, don't misunderstand me. I've no objections to your speaking to Mr. Jenkins.
You're making it a little difficult for me to get at him without running over you.
That sounds as if you thought he was in my house.
He is.
You must have a very good reason for thinking so.
I have. The best of all possible reasons. I saw him go in 3 1/4 hours ago. The time was 9:43 exactly.
He must be a train announcer or something. I mean, who else keeps such careful track of the time?
Investigators do.
Oh, I see.
I don't have a search warrant, Miss...
My name is Lynn Walters.
Barrie Craig's mine. Would you like to look at my credentials?
Oh, I don't really think so.
Okay. As I was saying, I don't have a search warrant, Miss Walters. If I were to force my way into your house, it would be illegal. The licensing board wouldn't pat me approvingly on the head.
Does that matter very much to you?
Matters a great deal. So I'm not going to force my way into your house. I'm going to figure that you're as bright as you look.
Why, thank you, Mr. Craig.
And that, therefore, you're going to ask me in.
Well, at least it's different.
What is?
Your approach. But it's terribly late. I'm alone in the house.
My offer to show you my credentials still holds.
I guess you can come in.
Thanks.
Now, are you going to ransack the house thoroughly, searching in every nook and cranny for, Sam Jenkins, I think you said?
I said Sam Jenkins, and of course I'm not going to search the house.
What?
That little routine at the front door could have given half a dozen Sam Jenkinses time to get out through the back door.
But I thought you said there was only one Sam Jenkins.
All right, then he could have left 6 times.
Mr. Craig, you're losing your temper.
You could say that. Also, it happens to be true. Sure, I'm losing my temper. Partially because you're a fool.
I am?
I can testify on oath that Sam Jenkins entered this house tonight. The fact that I didn't see him leave isn't of any great importance. I would have preferred to include it in my report to my employer, however. That's the only reason I rang your doorbell. You stalled me and gave Jenkins a chance to get out the back way. I don't mind particularly.
Then why did you lose your temper?
Because I'm a sucker for pretty women. I like to think that their lives are as clean and as clear as their skin and eyes and hair.
A very pretty speech, Mr. Craig.
Yeah. And the funny part of it is I mean it. Good night, Miss Walters.
Wait. I never thought very highly of men in your particular profession, Mr. Craig.
That's okay. Neither have I.
But I suppose it can be an honest and decent job.
I try to make it so.
Suppose Sam Jenkins were here, and you reported him. Would that be very bad?
For whom?
For Sam.
According to the story furnished me with my fee when I accepted the job, Sam Jenkins' partners suspected that he was releasing confidential information about the firm's operations, releasing them to people who would then be able to compete unfairly with the firm to which Jenkins belonged. According to further information given me, you were one of those people. Jenkins' associates wanted to be sure, however, that he was in contact with you before proceeding to take whatever steps they would then deem necessary. They can be sure now.
Suppose I told you that it wasn't quite that simple, Mr. Craig.
I'm afraid I wouldn't believe you.
Because you think I'm a liar?
Because I always believe a client until I'm forced to think otherwise.
I can force you to think otherwise, Mr. Craig, by telling you what's really behind all this.
That's up to you. I'm not asking.
I understand. Mr. Craig, Sam's partners are 2 men named Griffith and Swenson. Sam owns half the firm, they own the other half. They've been trying for years now to force Sam to sell his half of the partnership and leave the business. They haven't been successful.
Maybe that's so. But what difference does it make as far as my report goes?
The reason they want that report is because Sam Jenkins is married. His wife is a very jealous woman. If you turn that report into them, they'll take it to his wife, or perhaps they'll threaten to unless Sam sells out.
I don't handle divorce cases.
Well, Griffith and Swenson must have known that. That's why they told you the story they did.
You can prove this?
It's true, but how can a thing like that be proved?
Good night, Miss Walters.
You're going to send the report in?
So far tonight, 2 people have tried to stop me from reporting on Jenkins. Yourself and...
Myself and who?
He didn't give his name, but he was a large man. Maybe 6'2", broad-shouldered, dark-skinned, light eyes, gray maybe, or blue. He wore... Miss Walters. She fainted. It was a genuine faint. She hit the floor solidly. I tried to get her out of it by shaking her a bit, but it didn't work. A little first aid would be necessary. I'd need water. It was a fairly large house. I had a little trouble finding the kitchen. Finally, I found it. I found something else, too, though. Sam Jenkins. But a Sam Jenkins who wouldn't walk through any more doorways because he'd walked through the last one into death. Here. Try drinking some of this.
What? Oh. Thank you.
Feel better?
I suppose so. I guess I fainted, didn't I?
You fainted. Here, let me help you up.
Oh.
Hey, better grab a chair.
Yeah. That was very silly of me.
What's his name, the boy with the broad shoulders?
You mean Baldwin? Oh, you tricked me into answering that.
Is there any reason why I shouldn't know his name?
It doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Maybe you're right. I got the water you've been drinking in the kitchen.
From everything I hear, that's an awfully good place to get water.
I ran into something while I was there. Something I hadn't expected.
Are you going to complain about my housekeeping?
Maybe. I don't think you tidied up as well as you might have.
Oh, you're embarrassing me.
I think you're the one who ought to call the police, Miss Walters. They might give you a better break if you did.
Call the police? About domestic untidiness?
Yeah. When that untidiness includes a corpse. I'm not very good at being subtle about things.
What are you trying to say?
I told you I was in your kitchen. Someone else was there, too. Someone who's going to stay there until he's carried away.
Sam?
Sam Jenkins, yes.
You must be mistaken.
There are a lot of things I could be mistaken about, but they don't include corpses.
I don't understand how
He was stabbed. I didn't touch the knife, but from what I could see of it, it came from someone's kitchen. I'd say the odds were that it came from yours. She didn't faint again. She just turned white. After a while, she had a look at what was lying on our kitchen floor. Maybe she'd seen the body before, maybe not. She managed to make her phone call, and the police arrived. I wasn't there to greet them, though, because I'd managed to persuade her to furnish me with Mr. Baldwin's first name. It was Frank. She didn't know, or at least she said she didn't know, his address. I went back to my original employer to make my report in person.
What is it?
Barrie Craig, Mr. Griffith.
Just a moment. What on earth
You've got neighbors. I don't think they'd be interested.
I'm sorry. Come in.
Thank you.
I presume you have something to report, Craig, but isn't your zeal a little excessive? It's 1 a.m.
I know it's 1 a.m.
And I can't imagine anything being so urgent that it requires waking me at this hour.
How about murder?
Are you drunk?
No.
Who was murdered?
Your former associate, Sam Jenkins.
Now, that's impossible.
Why? Did you think he was immortal?
No, of course not, but... this is quite a shock to me, Craig. Mind if I sit down?
Not at all. I don't understand why it's such a shock, though. You wanted to get rid of him.
I don't like the way you put that. Swenson and I were convinced he was selling the firm out. Therefore, we decided to take steps about it, but...
Steps short of murder?
Would we have employed you if violence was our intention?
That's a point. It's probably even a good one. But before I give you the rest of the report, who's Frank Baldwin?
Frank? Oh, yes, well, He was a rather well-known football player at one time. I think he was engaged to marry Lynn Walters. Nothing ever happened. Since then, he's been around. So far as I know, he hasn't earned an honest dollar since he left school.
He's grown a lot, though. Sam Jenkins was found dead in the kitchen of Lynn Walters' home.
Lynn Walters' home? Then he was seeing her.
Your ideas about that seem to have been correct. However, I'd like a little reassurance on one point.
What's that?
According to Lynn Walters, the reason you wanted him followed to her place, the reason you wanted me to turn in an official report to that effect, was because Jenkins' wife is insanely jealous. Again, according to Miss Walters, you were to use that report as a club over Jenkins' head to force him into leaving the firm.
Why, this is complete nonsense.
Okay. Now, since Jenkins is dead, I don't suppose that there's any further reason you'd want me to stay on in your employ, is there?
I suppose not. We'll send you a check in the morning.
Fine. Now, that, of course, means you're not my client anymore, Mr. Griffith.
Yes, I suppose that's correct.
I think it's fine, because now I can tell you that you're a liar. I didn't slam the door behind me, but I left. I didn't report to Swenson either. Griffith would take care of that. I went looking for a man named Frank Baldwin, who hadn't earned an honest dollar for years. A man who at one time had been engaged to Lynn Walters and might still be in love with her. A man who had known that the front door of her house was being watched, and who might have checked on the back door, the one that led to the kitchen. Hello, Baldwin.
Oh. Number 6 ball in the side pocket.
Hey, that was a nice shot.
Thanks.
Also proves you've got nerves of steel.
Look, run away. You annoy me.
I'm just beginning to annoy you, Baldwin. Don't you want to know how I found out your name?
I'm not interested.
You should be. When old girlfriends start talking about a man...
What old girlfriend?
Lynn Walters.
She told you my name? Lynn wouldn't have done that.
Maybe not, under ordinary circumstances. But a girl who suddenly discovers herself to be supplied with a corpse in the kitchen is likely to lose her head.
What are you trying to give me?
A bad time. How am I doing?
You still got that gun?
I've got it, but it's in my pocket now. I'm not working, you might say.
Let's go for a walk, huh?
Sure. Oh, leave your cue stick here, though.
I'm terribly absent-minded. Come on.
Kind of late, isn't it?
Depends on the hours you keep. Listen, I gotta know. You said something about a corpse in Lynn's kitchen. Who was it?
Who do you think?
I'm not thinking, I'm asking.
Okay, don't get excited. It's no secret by this time. Sam Jenkins.
You sure of that?
I saw him.
There's something wrong.
Because there was a corpse, you mean? Or because it was the wrong corpse?
I don't think we're going to carry this conversation on any further. I gotta go pay a couple of visits.
Okay. But, before you do, Baldwin...
Yeah?
Have you got any reason to worry about a parked car down the block a bit?
A parked car? Why should I worry about it?
I don't know, but the motor is idling. The lights are off. It could be waiting for somebody. Maybe you, maybe me.
You're just wasting time. My time. So long.
So long.
Baldwin! Baldwin!
He could be paged from now to doomsday, Mr. Baldwin, but he wouldn't answer. Mr. Baldwin hadn't known it, but he had a lot to worry about. Now he had no more worries. A half-dozen bullets had cut him almost in half.
Barrie.
Yes, Lieutenant Rogers.
You think you could spot the car if you saw it again?
Well, in view of the fact that they make 100,000 like it every year in Detroit, I might have a little trouble.
They wouldn't have been using their own license plates.
Professionals never do.
Barrie, does this tie up with the Jenkins killing?
Of course it does.
We didn't hold the Wallace girl. Maybe we should have.
Did you have any good reasons to?
One advantage of being a policeman is you don't always have to have a good reason, at least not for a while.
You mean Lynn Walters could have arranged to have Mr. Baldwin knocked off?
I mean, she could have done it herself.
Oh, it's a possibility, but I don't think so.
Well, maybe we didn't have evidence that she killed Jenkins, Barrie. We don't have evidence that she didn't either.
How long ago did you release the girl?
An hour ago, maybe.
Well, that's too bad. She would have had enough time. Have you got any men on her at the house?
Plainclothesmen out in front.
There's also a back door.
I know that, but I didn't expect this.
Neither did Baldwin. You won't need me now, will you?
What good would it do me if I said yes?
Thanks, Trav. I'm going to visit Lynn Walters.
In the spirit of good, clean fun?
Not exactly.
Preventive medicine?
Not that either. I think maybe I might acquire a new client.
Oh, Mr. Craig.
Mr. Craig, mind if I come in?
I guess not. After tonight, I very much doubt I'll ever mind anything again.
You'll get over it. That is, if you haven't been going around killing people.
I didn't kill Sam. Wait, you said people. Does that mean...
Yes. It means someone else has been killed, too. I hope it comes as a surprise to you.
Well, of course it does. I don't even know who... Who was it?
Judging from all indications, Sam Jenkins was a boyfriend of yours.
He was a friend.
All right, we'll accept that version for the time being. You had another friend at one time.
Frank Baldwin?
Yes. This doesn't seem to be a very good season for friends of yours.
You mean it was Frank who died?
Let's not be delicate. I mean it was Frank who was murdered.
I suppose I should react more strongly to that. I can't. I'm completely numb.
If that's the truth, I think you ought to hire yourself a detective. You're going to need one.
Why?
Sam Jenkins was killed in your house at a time when you could have been alone with him. Frank Baldwin could have been killed by anyone. Perhaps it's only a coincidence that he died on the same night that Sam Jenkins did. The district attorney is likely to start brooding about that and decide it isn't a coincidence at all.
I can't pretend I don't understand what you're saying. I can't pretend that I care very much either.
Were you in love with Jenkins?
I've already told you he was a friend, a good friend, but nothing more.
In that case, tomorrow morning we'll find you feeling a lot different. Hire me for tomorrow morning, huh?
Well, all right. But why are you so insistent? You need the work?
No, but I've been used in this thing. I don't like being used. I need the standing that having you as my client would give me. Let's say the fee will be $1 per day, no expenses.
That's very cheap.
I don't think it's going to take very long. Now tell me that you didn't kill Jenkins and Baldwin again, please.
I didn't kill Sam Jenkins. I didn't kill Frank Baldwin.
Thanks. You know what the funny part of it is?
What?
99 people out of 100 would be sure that you're lying. I think you're telling the truth. I left. I had a couple of calls to make. I didn't think either of them would take very long. At the salary I was working for, I couldn't afford to let them. Mr. Griffith wasn't at home. It was kind of late for a dignified gentleman like Griffith to be abroad, especially in view of the fuss he'd made when I waked him earlier. Then I thought that perhaps tender solicitude had touched his heart. Perhaps he had gone to console Sam Jenkins' widow. I decided I'd go help him.
Who's there?
The name is Craig, Mrs. Jenkins.
What do you want?
Among other things, I don't want to be shouting through a shut door.
I'm sorry, but it's really quite late.
You're still up.
I don't think that's of any particular concern of yours.
It is. I'm looking for Mr. Griffith.
He's not here.
Sure he's here. His car is parked out front.
Oh, well, I guess you'd better come in.
Thank you.
Who is that?
Oh, hello, Mr. Griffith.
And why did you...
I saw your car parked in front.
I didn't take my car. I used a taxi. Never mind. Very clever, Craig.
Thanks.
I don't know exactly what you had in mind coming here. You're not employed by me anymore, you know.
I know.
Therefore, you're off the case, and...
Sorry, I'm not off the case. I've just changed employers.
What are you talking about?
To be precise and personal, I'm talking about Lynn Walters.
Miss Walters hired you?
At my suggestion, she did. She got a bargain.
What did she hire you to do?
To make sure that she doesn't wind up taking the rap for 2 murders, Mr. Griffith.
Oh, yes? Are you sure that she didn't commit them?
Of course I'm sure.
Why?
She told me she didn't.
This is ridiculous. I suggest you get out of here immediately, Craig.
Before you call the police?
That's right. If you persist in annoying Mrs. Jenkins and myself...
The trouble is, Mr. Griffith, I'm afraid I'm going to have to annoy you a lot more before I leave.
Tom, I can't take much more of this after Sam's death and all.
Mrs. Jenkins, I don't like to intrude on a lady's grief, but I'm afraid I'll have to. You see, immediately after I terminated my employment with Mr. Griffith, I called him a liar.
I don't care what...
You'd better. Griffith and Swenson hired me to find proof against your husband. Proof that he was betraying professional secrets to a competitive firm. I watched your husband for a while and found that he went nowhere near any such competitor. I did discover, however, that he was paying visits to Lynn Walters. When I reported this to Mr. Griffith, he was delighted. He wanted me to make a final check and turn in a report. Lynn Walters is not a business firm.
Very well, so she isn't. I fail to see why you have to tell us all this.
I didn't discover until I was already on the case that this was a matter of domestic relations and possibly divorce. So far as Lynn Walters knew, she thought that my report would be used to blackmail Sam Jenkins into quitting the firm and giving up his interest in it. But since I find Mr. Griffith here, it becomes obvious that that report was to be used in divorce proceedings. Presumably, the idea was to get rid of Jenkins, not only from the firm, but from your life as well.
Tom, you do something about this man.
Now, look here, Craig. Even if what you say should be true...
Thanks for telling me that it is. We come to something else. While I was watching outside Lynn Walters' house, a man named Frank Baldwin came along and made an effort to get me to leave. I didn't budge. Frank Baldwin himself left.
Well, that's of no interest.
You keep saying that. Why? Because all this is important?
I fail to see what can be important about it.
Just this. His effort to make me move was intentionally weak. He didn't intend to succeed. Furthermore, he knew who I was, which meant that he had been hired to annoy me, but not to move me from my position. Hired by someone who knew that I was being employed to watch Sam Jenkins. The purpose of his approaching me was to make me think that it was Lynn Walters. But Lynn Walters didn't know that Jenkins was being followed. Neither did Jenkins. I know my business well enough to be sure of that.
Are you implying that I hired this man Baldwin?
I'm implying that the murderer of Sam Jenkins and Frank Baldwin hired him.
Why, all this is nonsense. If Baldwin had been hired by the murderer of Sam Jenkins, why did that murderer kill Baldwin, too?
For a simple reason, safety. Whoever did the murders was someone who wanted to be very sure of things. Someone who didn't trust legal processes and divorce courts. Someone who didn't trust the hired allegiance of a thug like Baldwin.
I thought you were an honest fool, Craig. I'm beginning to think now that you're not a fool, and perhaps not honest.
That's why you're waving that gun at me?
Yes, I just want to be sure.
The murderer wanted to be sure, too. But how sure is she? How sure can she ever be?
You mean Lynn Walters did kill Sam?
Lynn Walters isn't the only woman in the case.
Tom, did you hear what he said?
Why, the man's raving.
When Baldwin was gunned down, I was within 100 feet of him. He didn't die immediately. Before he did, he had a chance to tell me who had hired him to serve as a red herring. Who had hired him to keep me pinned out in front of the house while she was killing her husband and back.
No man could have lived to tell you that with half a dozen bullets in him.
How did you know how many bullets he had in him, Mrs. Jenkins, unless you'd shot him yourself? Mr. Griffith, I suggest that you have just captured a dangerous murderer. Keep that revolver on her until the police get here, and, my congratulations. I wasn't particularly happy about the case. I never am when it's a question of murder. No matter how well justice may be served, people have died. Sometimes unnecessarily and always violently. I felt depressed. I wondered if Lynn Walters felt depressed, too. I decided to go visit her and match depressions. Funny thing, as soon as I decided to do that, I began to feel a lot less depressed. I wonder why.
You have been listening to William Gargan in another exciting transcribed mystery drama from the adventures of Barrie Craig, Confidential Investigator. Tonight's story, Kitchens Come with Knives, was written by Lou Vittis. Next week, it's the strange story titled Corpse with a Pedigree, about which Barrie Craig has this to say.
Next week, a professor who marries a shimmy dancer loses face generally, and his life particularly, when a trio of pedigreed heirs find that they have only homicide in common. Good night, folks. See you next week.
Coleman, America's leader in modern automatic home heating equipment, and the National Broadcasting Company have brought you William Gargan, starring as Barrie Craig, confidential investigator. Featured in the role of Lynn was Barbara Weeks. Don Pardo speaking. Every 20 seconds through the year, a fire breaks out in the United States. These fires kill 11,000 persons each year and destroy $7 million worth of property. Protect your home from fire by following these simple safety precautions. Don't smoke in bed or throw away lighted cigarettes. Clean out closets, attics, basements. Repair defective electric equipment and replace worn or frayed wiring. Fires in the home, your home, can and must be prevented.
Tonight, listen to Dragnet on NBC.
And yes, that earlier announcer was, in fact, Don Pardo, the same one that you remember for years from Saturday Night Live and Jeopardy and a whole bunch of shows. 72 years ago, September 22nd, 1953, Barrie Craig, confidential investigator, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Tomorrow we will have comedy, The Great Gildersleeve from 1945, as Leela Ransom returns home. Milton Berle has a salute to the auto industry from 1947. Charlie McCarthy from 1945 as Edgar Bergen tries to book a train. Guest will be Ann Baxter. And we will go to the movies with an episode of the Screen Director's Playhouse from 76 years ago. The 1948 movie adapted Don't Trust Your Husband, starring Fred MacMurray, who starred in the original. On Wednesday, Bob Bailey, Let George Do It from 1951, The Whistler from 1945, William Johnstone as The Shadow from 1939, and Romance from 1955. Vic Perrin, Virginia Gregg in The Winds of June. On Thursday, more drama. Mystery in the Air. Peter Lorre in an adaptation of Crime and Punishment. Howard Duff as Sam Spade, detective. And yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey from 1960, and Night Watch from 1954. On Friday, the Lux Radio Theater, 7 Keys to Baldplate, starring Jack Benny and Mary Livingston. The Lum and Abner preview show, Party for Them, allegedly, from 1948. Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life from 1956. Westerns on Saturday with Gunsmoke, The Six Shooter, Have Gun Will Travel, and Challenge of the Yukon. And comedy on Sunday with George Burns and Gracie Allen. The Aldrich Family, starring Bobby Ellis in their final season. Father Knows Best, starring Robert Young from their, I think, first season, 1950. And the Jack Parr Show from 1947. On Monday, more crime, a week from today, with yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and Suspense from 1957. Wanted from 1950. The Whistler from 1948. And The Return of Claudia, as we promised. That's all coming up here on Classic Radio Theater for the week ahead. And visit us anytime at classicradio.stream to support the podcast. Up next, some romance.
During a national emergency, you may have to be your own fireman. Take the first step now. Remove all fire hazards in your home. Eliminate clutter. Store flammables in a safe place.
Some romance on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. 69 years ago, September 22nd, 1956, Alice Backus stars in The Law and Miss Deborah.
Now, from Hollywood, romance. Romance. Transcribed stories of love and adventure, of comedy and crisis, of conflict and human emotion. Today, the story of the first lady lawyer of the land. It's written by Irene Winston and stars Alice Backus in The Law and Miss Deborah.
1793, a state of war existed between France and Great Britain. And for the protection of these United States, our President, George Washington, issued his proclamation of neutrality. Unhappily, this act did not extend to the state of war then existing between the Commonwealth of Virginia and my daughter, Miss Deborah Lynn Page. It began at an ordinary council meeting when Proctor Gormley tugged at his new waistcoat and then held up a well-worn sheaf of papers. The instant I saw them, I groaned aloud.
Gentlemen, there remains one more item on the agenda.
Not again.
Yes, Judge Page, again. Gentlemen, we have here the petition of Miss Deborah Lynn Page requesting a license to practice the law here in Cumberland County. The chair recognizes Mr. Bartley Carson.
I thought we referred that to Richmond.
Oh, 5 times we referred it to Richmond, and 5 times they referred it back, saying it was purely a local matter.
Well, then I suggest we dispense with the usual procedure and simply use common sense. Gentlemen, Miss Deborah, being a female is automatically eliminated from such consideration.
Automatically, my foot. If you speak anatomically, we are forced to concur that my daughter is indeed a female. However, let me point out that nowhere in the books does the law clearly differentiate between the sexes, except perhaps in certain cases.
Gentlemen, please, order!
Do you want to see her get that license?
Of course not, but I insist that she be stopped within the law.
Order, please! This is no time for a private discussion between Judge Page and Mr. Bartley Carson. Now, order, please. I think I have a solution, gentlemen, to satisfy everyone.
There speaks a politician if I ever heard one.
Gentlemen, look out of this window. Oh, will somebody wheel the judge's invalid chair over?
I'll stay right where I am.
Very well. Now, look over there, gentlemen, near the big tree. The young lady seated on the bench is Miss Deborah Lynn Page, awaiting the verdict of this council. Now, do you suppose that any young woman as lovely as that would be content to practice the law for the rest of her life? Why, it's against reason, against logic, even against nature.
Poor defenseless nature. Spare us the birds and the bees and get on with it.
Very well. I suggest we grant her the license. Let her be a lawyer. Now, can you think of anyone in this day and age rash enough to be represented in court by a female attorney, however learned she may be? And just how dangerous is a lawyer without clients?
I warn you, gentlemen, my daughter will not be satisfied with an empty victory. You're setting a dangerous precedent.
Mark your votes, gentlemen, if you please.
No matter what the majority votes, I am opposed. And furthermore, I want the record to clearly show that as of this day forward, I am no longer in favor of educating any female beyond the need of simple convenience.
Oh, come now. This whim of hers will not extend beyond her wedding day. Her husband will see to that.
Mr. Gormley, you are a bachelor. Ask any married man here if he can speak for his wife without first consulting her.
Of course, I knew the minute Proctor Gormley and the council looked out of the window.
Oh, you did?
Of course. I knew my legal qualifications didn't show, but don't you think I have a most intelligent profile, Father?
Tell me something. How on earth did you manage to attract attention to yourself from outside the window?
I kept flashing a mirror so the sun would send a beam of light into the council room.
I wonder what would happen to American jurisprudence if women ever decide to show their limbs.
That sign is disgraceful. If it's my last act on earth, I'm going to stop you from making a further fool of yourself.
Don't you dare touch that sign.
No?
I have permission from the High Sheriff himself to hang it there. I warn you, I'll sue you for damages to my property.
Go ahead and sue. It'll be the only case you ever get.
Oh, Torrid!
Just what are you two fighting about?
Will you please inform your daughter that ethical lawyers do not stoop to advertise themselves as merchants do?
It's not an advertisement. It's a public notice posted in the public welfare.
What are you talking about?
Father, as you well know, a lot of people who come up before the court can't afford to hire counsel. Even though they're entitled to legal aid, their own poverty forces them into a position where
Stop sounding as if you're running for office and tell me the facts.
I have decided to become a public defender.
What?
I will defend anyone from anything regardless of their ability to pay. Article 6 of the amendment to the Constitution guarantees all involved in criminal action the right to legal counsel. Nowhere does it mention money.
Article 6 says that?
Yes.
funny. I always thought it was Article 7.
Deborah, just look at that moon. It's almost as lovely as you are tonight.
Bartley, honey, you were mean to me this afternoon.
I'm sorry. Let's get married right away. Let's not wait any more. Deborah?
Bartley, honey, you're sweet. You put too much faith in simple biology.
What kind of an answer is that?
No matter how much you make love to me tonight, I'm still going to practice the law tomorrow.
She saw right through my proposal. It didn't work.
Maybe you weren't romantic enough.
But did you ever try to make love to a lawyer? There's got to be a loophole somewhere. She's becoming impossible.
I expect Patrick Henry for dinner tonight. Maybe he can help.
So you see why it's important, Mr. Henry.
I suggest you see young John Marshall. At 28, he already knows more law than any other lawyer in the country.
Aren't you being unnecessarily modest, sir?
No. I know juries. Marshall knows the law.
Shortly after that exchange, Proctor Gormley arrived to show off both his new clothes from London and his nephew Roger, who had just returned from making the grand tour.
This is the latest fashion. Look.
You're as vain as a woman.
Not another piece of fabric like this exists in the entire country. Aha, and look here. A matching money pouch.
How does it feel to be home, Roger? And how did you like London?
I preferred Paris.
At your age, that's natural. Where did Deborah go, Bartley? He'll be glad to see Roger again after all these years.
Well, I'll look for her, sir.
You don't have to, Bartley. Here I am. Hello, Father.
Say hello to Roger Gormley and be a proper hostess.
Very well, I will. Hello.
You remember Deborah, don't you, Roger?
I'd rather not remember her any further back than the way she looks this moment. Your servant, Miss Deborah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Roger just returned from Europe.
Sometime you must tell me about it.
I should like to. Shall we go into the garden? Your pardon, gentlemen.
Well. Will you excuse me, please, sir?
Where are you going, Bartley?
I have some reading to do on simple biology.
Bartley, honey, I'm sorry I'm late. Truly I am. But I've just been studying law and order in its natural habitat.
With Mr. Roger Gormley, I notice. Do you have any idea how affected you've become lately? You don't have to talk like a lawyer unless you're trying a case.
Why, Bartley, honey, I'm sorry. I've just come from the
With
jailhouse.
Gormley. I saw you, and I don't think you should be exposed to such sights.
The sights are nowhere as bad as the smell.
It isn't safe.
I wasn't alone.
You never are these days. Come here.
Bartley,
Please
honey.
stop talking long enough for me to kiss you.
You never kissed me like that before.
I never kissed you goodbye before either.
Are you jilting me?
Just giving you a chance to make up your own mind without any encumbrances like a disapproving fiancé. And don't cry, Deborah. I won't stay here long enough to feel like a cad.
If you stop the tears, you might be able to think straight.
I don't want to think straight, Father. I just don't want to lose Bartley.
You don't have to.
But I don't want to give up Roger either.
You can't have them both. There's a law in this state against multiple marriage.
I recognize my mistake now. I should never have permitted Bartley to even learn I was seeing Roger, much less get jealous of him. But I'll change that.
How?
All I have to do is convince Bartley that I find Roger dull and boring. And that I feel sorry for him and haven't the heart to hurt him. That's all.
You think he'll believe that?
Why not? Roger thinks I'm too tender-hearted to send Bartley away.
What a liar you are.
I haven't lied enough. I paid Bartley the supreme compliment of being completely honest with him. I should have known better. No man can stand honesty when he can get flattery instead. And I'm going to prove that point to Mr. Bartley Carson.
We'll return to romance in just a moment.
Dial, smile, and listen a while to CBS Radio. CBS Radio. You can listen by the hour, and CBS will shower you with entertaining shows. If you dial, smile, and listen a while to CBS Radio.
And now for the second act of Romance.
Bartley, at least, behaved with perfect masculine reason. He went straight to the tavern to drown his sorrow.
Barmaid! Barmaid, I'm thirsty! Even my soul is thirsty, and who cares?
Hello, Bartley. Drinking alone?
No, not if you care to join me. Sit down, Roger.
Thank you.
Not at all. I find the sight of you very helpful.
Oh? How?
I'm drinking to forget what you look like, and as long as I can see you, I'm too sober.
That's very logical.
I'm a very logical man. I'm a lawyer.
Let me order a fresh jug.
No, let me. Barmaid! I have to shout. She's dead.
Oh. Marion, will you come here, please?
Who's Marion?
The barmaid.
Oh?
Yes, Mr. Roger. What can I do for you?
Another jug, please.
Anything you want, Mr. Roger.
Oh, she winked at you.
I know.
Oh, she didn't wink at me. It's going to be my sorrow to go through life unloved and unwinked. I'm a failure at everything.
Here you are, Mr. Roger.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roger.
Be honest with me. How do you feel about Miss Deborah?
I plan to ask her to marry me.
How can you chase after a barmaid?
Miss Deborah isn't here now.
Oh, that's very practical. I never would have thought of that. It's very sleepy out.
Come on, Bartley, I'll take you home.
Go away. Gotta get some sleep.
Marion, bring a cover to put over the gentleman. When that fire dies down, he might take a chill.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Roger Gormley, I believe.
I don't think... I'm sorry, I don't seem to remember your name, sir.
Polly Otis. I work for your uncle by day.
Don't bother with
But
him.
by night, I'm my own man and my own boss, and I'll thank you to leave my wife alone.
Why don't you go away?
Here, no, that's...
She's my wife, and I'll handle her my own way. I'll beat you with it an inch of your life.
Not in my presence, you won't.
I suppose you think you're a man in the...
Mr. Roger, we'd better get out before the high sheriff comes. Follow me out the back way.
Covered by the blanket, Bartley was unnoticed when the high sheriff arrested Marion Otis for disturbing the peace. Nothing happened to Roger. His Uncle Proctor saw to that.
Mrs. Otis, this money bag is full, and it's all yours if you keep my nephew's name out of this case and swear that you hit your husband with a bottle.
I'm willing. But you'll never get Farley to agree, and he's the one Mr. Roger hit.
You'll do as I say as soon as he regains consciousness.
What happens to me?
You'll be fined, sentence will be suspended, and you'll be put on the Philadelphia stage, leaving here tomorrow at noon.
What if something goes wrong?
The judge will have his orders.
I'd feel safer with a lawyer.
Well, if need be, just ask for Bartley Carson, my attorney. But be sure that Roger's name is never mentioned.
Hand over the money.
Early the next morning, Bartley awakened with a hangover and a resolution which he promptly put to paper and had delivered to my daughter.
It's a note from Bartley.
Dear Deborah, when a woman persists in assuming masculine prerogatives, she must be expected to forego feminine privileges. Therefore, be assured that I will not rest until I can find a way to have your license for the law taken away. And be further assured that I will fight you as if you were a man.
How silly of him. You know, Father, there is one loophole. It won't do him any good to find it.
Why not?
He intends to fight me fairly and honestly like a man. I'm not that stupid. I'll fight him like a woman.
A short distance away, Roger Gormley was being awakened to face the day.
Roger, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Oh, my head.
Oh, listen to me, or you might lose it. You played at billiards here last night with Judge Alan Carter and me. He's prepared to swear you never left the house.
Oh, you take this too seriously.
I suppose you think a successful candidate for Congress can conduct a campaign from a prison cell?
Who's going to put a first offender in jail for a misdemeanor?
Now, listen, Farley Otis died without regaining consciousness. The charge now stands at manslaughter.
You'll never get Bartley to stand still for that. He was there with me.
For heaven's sake, stop shaking. Bartley left town an hour ago on some private business of his own. By the time he gets back, this case will be a memory. I'll see to that.
I should have known better than to trust any man, especially a gentleman. I suppose that lawyer they promised me is out of town or something.
Yes, he is.
You know what happened? You stood right by when he gave me the money. Why don't you help me? What kind of a man are you?
That's a question I shouldn't care to answer to myself.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Yes, morning, ma'am. What can I do for you?
Since no clients look for me, I've come looking for them. Is there anyone here who requires my services?
You should have to leave, Miss Deborah. You'll have to get a pass from the court the next time you want to visit the jailhouse.
Since when and why?
Since last night when they brought me in. They're all afraid I'll try to save my neck, and they're right.
What can I do to help you?
You'll have to leave, Miss Deborah.
Get me a lawyer, please, before they hang me.
Come along now.
Just a moment, Sheriff. A lawyer doesn't need a pass to confer with a client.
But you're not her lawyer.
Do you want me to handle your case?
You? Well, you're better than nothing, I guess.
Sheriff, did you make a search of the prisoner when she was brought in here last night?
No.
In view of the charges, I want her searched in front of reliable witnesses, and everything taken from her person placed in a sealed packet and marked Exhibit A.
Come in. Why, Miss Deborah, what a nice surprise. And how pretty you look.
Thank you. I hope you're not too busy to see me.
Oh, never, my dear. Come in, sit down. Now then, tell me all about it.
Well, I came to see you on business. You see, it's a question of law. I got my first case.
Congratulations.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to like being a lawyer if I have to involve my friends. Oh, Mr. Gormley, I don't know how to say this, but I just heard the most shocking accusations made against you.
Oh?
Naturally, I don't believe them. I hate this.
Oh, now you go right ahead and ask your questions like a good lawyer.
Well, do you know a woman who calls herself Marion Otis?
Farley Otis works for me, but I never met his wife.
Oh, good. Well, then you won't mind signing a statement to that effect, will you? I feel so businesslike. Just sign right here, please. Father, I've interviewed every one of the people Marion Otis swore was in the tavern that night. They all deny being there, every one of them.
Some people just don't want to be involved with the law for any reason.
Wish I knew if Bartley was being paid to stay away.
That woman could be lying for her own vindictive reasons. Dr. Gormley's no fool. Why would he give you a sworn statement that he never met her? He's too smart to sign anything that could be used against him in court.
That's it. What difference would it make what he signed if this case never comes to trial? Oh, I need your help, Father. I'm going to ride out tonight after Bartley.
How do you know where he is?
If I know Bartley, and all of a sudden I do, oh, he can only be in one place, conferring with John Marshall in Sunnyside, trying to find a way to get my license revoked.
Presupposing he's innocent.
Well, here's what I want you to do for me while I'm gone. Because the minute I leave town, Proctor Gormley has to act. Bartley, what do you know about Marion Otis?
Who? Never heard of her. Who is she?
The barmaid at the tavern.
Oh, the blonde wench.
Don't you Dare look so pleased at the mention of any woman's name but mine.
Oh, believe it or not, Deborah, she didn't even look at me. She found Roger much more attractive. I may have been too drunk to move, but I saw the whole brawl.
All of it?
Well, certainly. The sheriff didn't see me underneath that blanket, but I wasn't asleep.
Do you realize what it will mean to oppose Proctor Gormley?
Well, there are other cities, other states. A good lawyer can always earn a living.
At the council meeting that followed immediately, Proctor Gormley heard himself charged with inciting to riot, bribery, coercion, and the use of his high public office to obstruct the course of justice.
Which of these charges can you prove?
That you paid Marion Otis the sum of 100 guineas to keep the name of your nephew, Roger, out of the original misdemeanor charge.
I wasn't aware of the distinctive quality of my money. Doesn't all money look the same?
Yes, but not all of it is found in money pouches made of exclusive fabric, like that of your matching waistcoat.
Deborah, the council has just voted to revoke your license to practice the law on the following grounds. Although a woman is of legal age at 18, the law specifically states that a candidate for a license must be over 21. You lack 6 months of that age.
Doesn't the law also state that a married woman automatically achieves that majority?
Gentlemen of the council, may I present Mrs. Barclay Carson? We were married when the meeting adjourned for dinner 2 hours ago.
Deborah! Oh, don't look so shocked. I told you I'd fight Bartley like a woman. Don't you remember? Gentlemen of the council, will you please hold my original petition and list of qualifications? I plan to refile for a license as soon as I return from my honeymoon.
Oh, you haven't won yet. As a married woman, you need your husband's permission to do anything of a legal nature.
I know, Bartley, honey.
And I won't sign.
Bartley, honey, I don't want to make up your mind yet. I'll wait until after our honeymoon.
Romance is produced and directed in Hollywood by Anthony Ellis. Today's story was written by Irene Winston and starred Alice Backus in The Law and Miss Deborah. Featured in our cast were Herb Butterfield, Joseph Kearns, John Stevenson, Parley Bear, Don Diamond, Sam Edwards, and Charlotte Lawrence. Musical supervision by Jerry Goldsmith. This is Dan Cubberly, inviting you to hear Romance, transcribed next week at this same time. Every week, a New York opening. Every week, a great musical show studded with stars comes your way on the Woolworth Hour. Tomorrow on this station, make yours a splendid Sunday with all our musical favorites on CBS Radio, and particularly with the Woolworth Hour. Stay tuned for Gunsmoke, which follows immediately over most of these same stations.
And there you have Romance from this date back in 1956, 69 years ago. And here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Alice Backus, not a well-known actress. She performed on radio, television, and in films from the 40s to the 90s. 5'9", chiefly on TV during her career. In over 80 series, made-for-TV movies, character roles, and dialect scripts. She was a member of the LDS Church for her life, born into the church. She did act on a number of popular programs. This Is Your FBI, NBC University Theater, Dangerous Assignment, Family Theater, The Whistler, The Halls of Ivy, Dragnet, and Suspense. She did appear in over 20 TV series, both in dramatic and supportive roles. Her first roles in 1952 as an office secretary on Gangbusters, and did a whole bunch of other shows. Mr. and Mrs. North, Medic, Dr. Hudson's Secret Journal, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and just a whole lot more. She performed in no less than a dozen feature films, continuing to display in those roles her ability to play a wide variety of characters. She only married once to Milton Citron, a native of New York, a Hollywood sound effects specialist, editor for both film and TV. They married in 1961. They were together for more than 20 years until his passing in 1983. No children. And after she retired from acting in the 90s, she continued to devote her time to charities and to her lifelong passion for music, studying the works of the classical masters as well as Broadway scores and early choral compositions. She relocated to Virginia Beach, Virginia, in 2006 to be closer to family members, and in 2007 she passed away in her sleep of natural causes. She was 83. And there you have the story of today's star, Alice Backus, from Romance, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up next, radio's outstanding theater of thrills suspense, Jackie Kelk is a Shadow on the Wall.
In time of disaster, natural or nuclear, medical aid may not be available. That's why one member of each family should take a Red Cross first aid or home nursing course now.
Don't forget we have links to all sorts of information about civil defense down in the show notes and also over at classicradio.stream. Now, radio's outstanding theater of thrill suspense from 68 years ago, September 22nd, 1957, Jackie Kelk, in a rather disturbing story entitled Shadow on the Wall.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
Whether you call it by the poetic phrase, the silver cord, or more prosaically just mother's apron strings, smother love can louse up the life of a growing boy. Complicate it with what child psychologists call sibling rivalry, and the boy may cease growing altogether, at least emotionally. Of such elements is Greek tragedy made, and as it happens, the story you are about to hear. Listen. Listen then as Jackie Kelk stars in Shadow on the Wall, which begins in exactly 1 minute.
Now, how many of you have heard a doctor lecture on the lining of the stomach and what you're doing to it? Well, you may think this line of gab is only for you. Why, son, doctors have been telling Americans this ever since we became a nation. Like a fella come up to me the other day and asked about that great American Mike Fink. Say, is it true that Mike once ate a buffalo robe? Certainly, and with the hair on it. Well, why did he do that? Well, you see, Mike drank so much whiskey that he destroyed the coating of his stomach, and the doctor told him that before he could get well, he'd need a new coat for it. Mike thought that over and made up his mind that a buffalo robe with hair on it was just the thing. So he sat down and swallowed one. He could drink any amount of whiskey after that, and that's a fact. Folklore belongs to every nation's legendary past, and I guess we Americans have our share of some tall ones.
And now, Shadow on the Wall, starring Jackie Kelk. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Soon, very soon now, there'll be a shadow on the wall. Shadows. Always shadows. I'll never get away from them. I've been watching them for days now. Or is it weeks? I don't know anymore. But I do know it started the last day of my brother's life. My brother. My dear, dear older brother. A thief. All my life he had stolen from me. Stolen my father's respect and then my mother's love. Now he was determined to steal the last hold I had on life. The house. The house where I was born and grew up out on Long Island. He was building a modern monstrosity on the estate a few hundred yards away. And when it was finished, the house, Mother's house, was to be wrecked. It was just too much.
Henry, will you stop whining? I have a great deal to do before I leave for the coast.
Roger, if I have to get on my knees and beg, I will. But please don't destroy the house.
This place is worthless. Victorian houses like this cost too much to maintain.
You think of nothing but money. What about my feelings?
Your feelings?
Yes, and Mother's, if she was still alive.
Oh, Mother would approve, I'm sure of that.
How do you know? This is the house Mother came to as a bride. The house where she bore and raised her 2 sons. This house was her life.
Oh, really, Henry?
It's true. How can you stand by and watch the room where she used to kiss us goodnight broken to bits by wreckers?
Sentimental nonsense.
And what about all her silver and furniture? Old and beautiful. You can't put things like that in a modern house.
We'll pack them carefully and send them to storage.
Yes. Yes, you just pack Mother away and forget her. Look here. Her favorite candlesticks.
Don't wave that around. It's worth a small fortune.
And a wealth of love to me. Where will these go in your fancy new house?
All right. Put them under your pillow then, like your baby teeth. I don't care.
No. No, you don't, do you, Roger? You don't care one little bit.
What are you talking about?
Why should you care? You got it all. You're the executor of the estate. Yes, and you've been the executioner of my self-respect.
Nonsense. Now, as I said, I have a great deal to do before I leave tomorrow.
I hate you, Roger. I hate you.
What?
I'd like to see you dead.
Henry, stop being childish.
I'd tear your heart out if you had any.
Henry, put down that candlestick.
No, they're Mother's. And you want to pack Mother away.
I order
but
you to...
you won't destroy us. You won't put Mother's memory in storage. I'll make sure Mother isn't hidden.
You give me that.
No. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I stood dazed. Roger lay on the floor, a trickle of blood oozing from his temple. I bent over him. No breath. No pulse. Roger was dead. Suddenly, I heard a car coming up the drive. Mrs. Loomis, the housekeeper, was returning from the village. I dragged Roger's body to the closet, pushed him inside, and locked the door. Not a moment too soon.
Mr. Henry, I stopped by the laundry for Mr. Rogers' shirts, but they weren't ready.
Oh?
He'll be furious, I suppose, seeing he's flying to the coast in the morning.
Well, it doesn't matter, Mrs. Loomis. He's already gone.
Gone, sir?
Yes, he decided to spend the night in New York at the club and go to the airport from there.
Well, I never got a chance to say goodbye to him. Perhaps we could go to the airport together.
No, I'll see him off alone.
But I always wish Mr. Roger well before one of his trips.
I'll give him your best wishes, Mrs. Loomis. I'd rather you stayed here in the morning.
Very well, sir. It'll just be you for dinner, then.
Oh, don't bother tonight, Mrs. Loomis. Why don't you take the night off for a change? Go to a movie.
Why, I might at that, sir, if it's all right.
Of course.
Thank you, sir. But I do wish I could have seen Mr. Roger off.
I waited in the library until I heard Mrs. Loomis go out. I had to get rid of the body now. But where? As I gazed out across the lawn to the new house, that awful modern house, the idea came. That very day, the workmen had just finished the base of the fireplace. A broad fieldstone structure, about 3 feet high and 8 feet across. The mortar would still be wet. The stones would easily pull loose. Yes, why not? The perfect place. After all, Roger was so fond of the new house. It took longer than I thought. But when it was done, I returned to my room. I now had to explain Roger's disappearance. I sat up all night thinking. And then as dawn crept over the lawn, I knew what I'd do.
Announcing the arrival of TWA.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning. I'm on Flight 88.
Your ticket, sir.
Yes, here.
Chicago.
That's right. Flight 88. Any baggage?
No, just this briefcase.
All right, Mr. Harper. Everything's in order. Gate 14.
Thank you.
Desk of United Airlines.
I sat down and waited for the gate to open. I would board the plane, fly to Los Angeles, and then come right back. The airline would support the evidence that Roger Harper was on the passenger list. And when he didn't show up in Los Angeles, I'd report him missing. As I waited, I overheard a small man arguing with the desk clerk.
Isn't there any...
This was even better.
Cancellation? Not this late, sir. I'm sorry.
But I've got to catch that flight. Isn't there anything you can do?
Not a thing, sir. You might try Overland Airways. I have a morning flight.
Well, thank you. I'll see what I can do.
The man turned away from the desk, and I hurried after him. I beg your pardon.
Yes?
I heard your conversation with the clerk over there, and, well, I may be able to help you.
Oh, how's that?
Well, you see, my plans have suddenly changed. I'll be happy to let you have my ticket.
You're kidding.
No, take it. Oh, I've already checked it through. Everything's in order.
Well, I don't know what to say.
That's all right. But hurry, they're announcing the flight.
Well, thank you. Here's the money. I had it already.
All right. You'd better hurry. Just go on the plane as Roger Harper. He went through the gate and up onto the plane. The hostess smiled and checked a name on the clipboard. Roger was now confirmed on the passenger list, and I wouldn't have to explain my absence. I went to bed early that night, but I couldn't sleep. As I lay staring at the ceiling, the enormity of the thing I'd done overwhelmed me. At first, it was more a feeling than anything real. A fleeting feeling that another presence was beginning to form in the house. I got up and flooded my room with lights, but I couldn't push the thought from my mind. Then, just after midnight, the doorbell rang. I peered through the crack of my bedroom door as Mrs. Loomis hurried downstairs.
Mr. Harper, a gentleman to see you.
Who is it?
He says he's from the police.
Police? What does he want?
I don't know, sir. He wants to see you.
I'll be right down. Yes?
Mr. Henry Harper?
That's right.
Detective Sergeant Allen, sir. Sorry to disturb you at this hour, but it is important.
It's all right.
I'm here about a Roger Harper, this address.
Roger?
He was on Flight 88 out of LaGuardia this morning, that right?
Yes, he was.
You're sure about that?
Yes, of course. I saw him off myself.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harper. Flight 88 crashed in the Rockies late this afternoon. There were no survivors.
The second act of Suspense continues in 1 minute.
This is Johnny Baker with Communism on the Spot. One of the most important terms in the Communist Political Dictionary is the Socialist Division of Labor. It describes the Communist technique for integrating members of the so-called Socialist camp into one economic system. In practice, Communist exploitation of Soviet bloc nations doesn't differ from that of traditional colonialism. The only difference is that Soviet colonialism justifies its actions on the basis of the so-called economic unity of socialist society. This means that the subject nations serve as first-class sources of raw material for the Soviet Empire.
And now, we continue with Act 2 of Shadow on the Wall, starring Jackie Kelk. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
I was safe. Safe now. I walked on air the next day. The second day was peaceful bliss. Then on the third day it began again. The feeling of another presence was coming back. I mustn't leave my room. I was always safe in my room when I was a little boy. But it was no use. That's where I saw it for the first time. It was barely visible at first. Just a dim shadow on the wall across from me. And then slowly, ever so slowly, it began to grow wider and wider, darker and darker, until it became a perfect silhouette. I was too terrified to move. My hands gripped the sides of the chair as I looked at the shadow. The shadow of a man hanging by his neck. I stared rigid at this ghastly vision. The head bowed against the chest, the hands tied behind the back, the feet together, hanging limp. It stayed there, motionless. And then, as slowly as it had come, it disappeared. The head blended into the body. The legs seemed to melt into the wall. And at last it was gone.
Mr. Henry, sir, I have supper ready. Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry, what is it?
Oh, Mrs. Loomis.
You gave me a fright, sir. Staring straight ahead like that.
What time is it?
Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing at all. What time is it?
It's after 6 o'clock, sir. I have supper ready. Please, sir, what's the trouble? Shall I call the doctor?
No, I'm perfectly all right.
But you don't seem to be, sir. If only...
Mrs. Loomis, will you stop?
I'm sorry,
I can't stand you babying me all the time.
Very well, sir.
Then never mind dinner. I don't want it. That thing, what was it? A shadow? A vision? Something real? Oh, I was too jumpy. I was losing confidence. But the next day, a look at the chimney on the new house growing higher and higher over Roger's body reassured me. Nothing out of place. Nothing suspicious. Nothing to fear. That afternoon, when I entered the library, I found Mrs. Loomis.
Oh, Mr. Henry.
What are you doing with those candlesticks?
I didn't hear you come in.
Why are you holding those candlesticks?
Why, I always polish them regularly. You know that, sir.
Oh. Yes, of course.
Did you know one of these is dented?
Dented?
Yes, look.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I'm always so
Those
careful.
were my mother's favorite pieces. What did you do to them?
I didn't...
Give me those.
Mr. Henry, I swear to you...
Who else could have damaged them? Are you suggesting I might have?
Please, sir. Don't look that way. Please.
I'll take them to my room. You won't touch them again. Ever. Oh, she'd been so close. Too close. But how could she suspect after the plane crash? I took the candlesticks to my room. I'd hardly closed the door behind me when, gradually, very gradually, I had the feeling that something was coming into the room. I could feel it, moving about. There, by the desk. No, it's near the bed. Oh, no. There on the wall. It hung like a ghoulish vision. The head bent, the hands tied behind the back. The shadow was as clear, if not clearer than before. Now I knew certainly that this thing on the wall, this shadow, was waiting for me.
3 of Suspense follows in 1 minute.
This is Johnny Baker with Communism on the Spot. Citizens are guaranteed freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, and freedom of street demonstrations. Now that sounds pretty promising, doesn't it? It might even be a quote from the United States Constitution. Not quite. These are some of the freedoms supposedly guaranteed by the Soviet Constitution. Guaranteed, but never practiced. Soviet jails are filled with those who speak their minds, students who ask the wrong questions, plain citizens who air their gripes and are now paying the price. They're learning the hard way that communist constitutions are not worth the paper they're written on.
And now, we continue with Act 3 of Shadow on the Wall, starring Jackie Kelk. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Same grotesque thing. The shadow had spread across the wall. The head bent against the chest. The terrifying hump of the back. What do you want? Is it me? Are you waiting for me? Well, you'll never get me. Never, because this house is coming down. You'll have to go away because I'm tearing down the house, do you hear? You've won, it's coming down, so go away. Go away, go away, go away, please. Please, go away.
Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry, sir. Mr. Henry. You're awake at last, sir.
Mrs. Loomis, where am I?
In the guest room, sir. You've been here for 2 days.
2 days?
We thought it better to move you in here after the shock, sir.
I don't understand.
What you don't remember, sir. You collapsed in your room. The doctor says it's emotional stress. You've been unconscious for 2 days.
I don't remember.
It's all right now, sir. In your state of mind, it's no wonder you took on so.
What do you mean?
Why, seeing that awful shadow on the wall.
Shadow?
It gave me a turn, sir. After we moved you in here, I was cleaning up your room next afternoon, and I saw the strangest shadow on the wall like a man hanging. Oh, it was awful.
You saw it too?
With my own eyes, but it's gone now, and we'll never see it again.
What do you mean?
Why, I showed it to Mr. Simpson.
Mr. Simpson?
You know, the contractor who's building the new house.
Oh, yes.
Well, he did some investigating. He said it was the oddest thing he ever did see.
What, Mrs. Loomis?
Well, every day when the sun gets to a certain spot behind the new house over there, the fireplace chimney casts a shadow. It's fieldstone, you know, and the rough stones cast that awful shadow right into your room.
Fireplace?
But don't worry any more about it, sir. Mr. Simpson's got the chimney almost torn down now. He's going to move the fireplace to the other side of the house and not going to charge you anything extra. That's nice of him, don't you think?
The shadows are coming again now. There, on the wall, the long, thin shadows, thin as a rail, and just 5 inches apart, long and thin and even. I wonder if I'll ever find a place where there aren't any shadows on the wall.
Suspense. in which Jackie Kelk starred in William N. Robeson's production of Shadow on the Wall, written by Robert Jurin. Listen. Listen again next week when we return with Vanessa Brown in Vamp Till Dead. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Supporting Mr. Kelk in Shadow on the Wall were Jeanette Nolan, John White, Frank McDonald, and Charles Lung.
An Armed Forces recording of Suspense from 68 years ago today, September 22nd, 1957, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Search the Suspense Project for more great episodes of Suspense and a lot of the stories behind the programs. You can hear that, find that anywhere. The Suspense Project. Just search that through your favorite search engine. Coming up next, we're going to search for Lum and Abner.
Should public utilities fail in time of disaster, refrigerated foods must be either cooked or eaten before they spoil. If this can't be done, throw it away.
And we wrap up this edition of the podcast with an episode of Lum and Abner. This goes back 83 years, September 22nd, 1942.
The makers of Alka-Seltzer bring you Lum and Abner. You know, when our friend Lum used that old lettered saying the other day, a friend in need is a friend indeed, well, I couldn't help thinking how that applied to Alka-Seltzer. Now, we know it to be a fact that countless thousands of you Lum and Abner listeners rely on Alka-Seltzer to be your friend in need. When, for example, you want fast relief for a touch of acid indigestion, a sour upset stomach, or occasional distress after meals, your trust is well placed, too, because Alka-Seltzer offers an especially fast kind of relief for these and other similar minor stomach upsets. You see, Alka-Seltzer does its job mighty well, for in addition to neutralizing excess gastric acidity, it also helps to relieve that full, uncomfortable, stuffy feeling, too. Do you count on Alka-Seltzer as your friend in need whenever you want real relief for minor stomach complaints? Well, you should, because Alka-Seltzer can make a big difference in the way you feel. Try it, won't you? Remember, you can get Alka-Seltzer at all drugstores, by the package, and also by the glass at the soda fountain. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum and Abner went to the county seat yesterday to meet Marion Sloan, the new school teacher. But difficulties with a weighing machine prevented them from carrying out this mission. So now, President Edwards of the school board is anxious to compensate in some way for failing to meet the new teacher. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner over at the schoolhouse, making preparations of some kind. Listen.
Well, Lum, I believe I ought to go over to the store and open up.
No, you can't do that, Abner. You can attend to that later.
Oh, my.
If anybody wants groceries, they can get them over at Dick Huddleston's store. I want you to stick around the school here till after Miss Sloan gets here.
Well, how do you know that she's coming over here this morning?
Of course, I sent a note over to Sister Simpson's boarding house saying that I wanted the new teacher to drop over here and discuss education with me.
Well, we don't even know if she's in Pine Ridge yet, Lum. We missed her at the train yesterday.
Yeah, but she got here. I found that out myself.
She did, huh?
She'll be here. I know she will.
Well, I still don't see what you want me for. I ain't president of the school board. That's you, Lum.
I know who's president, but I need you to help out with a conversation.
Conversation?
Yeah, there's some things I want you to say. Things that I can't very well say myself.
What things?
Oh, you know, things like, did you know Mr. Eddard's Justice of the Peace? Or, ain't Mr. Eddard's a handsome and generous feller? Stuff like that.
You want me to say them things?
Yeah, it'd look like I was unmodest if I said such things about myself. And I don't want Marion to get the wrong impression of me.
Marion?
Yeah, that's her name. Marion Sloan.
Oh, yeah. Well, I still don't see what you're so bashful about casting favors at yourself all of a sudden for. You say all them things about yourself every time you make a speech, Lum.
Well, that's different.
I stand before you a self-made man. A man who, as a barefoot boy, walked 19 miles to school every day in the snow.
All right, Abner, don't get sarcastic now.
You want me to tell her about you going barefoot and all?
No, just say casual remarks. Say 'em sort of offhanded like.
Offhanded?
Yeah. Think up some nice things about me and then throw 'em in every time there's a lull in the conversation.
A lull in the conversation?
Yeah.
Dogged, if you act around Miss Sloan like you done around Miss Frederick, why, that means I'll be talking all the time.
It don't know such a thing.
I bound you never said 9 words to Miss Frederick all last year.
That ain't the truth, and you know it.
It is, done it.
Sometimes I had a lot to say. I had trouble getting a lump in my throat sometimes.
Yeah, that Adam's apple of yours bounced up and down like a rubber ball every time you seen her.
I had many a long heart-to-heart talk with her.
Well, I never heard you get past, "Howdy do, Miss Frederick."
Well, what's wrong with saying howdy do, Miss Frederick?
Well, what I mean, though, from there on, why, the conversation generally lulled permanent.
Well, that was mostly on account of I wasn't president of the school board then.
Oh.
Things is going to be different this year, I can tell you that right now.
Now tell me the truth. Are you in love with Miss Sloan already?
Of course not, silly. I'm just doing this 'cause I'm so interested in education, that's all.
Well, what you doing so dressed up for then?
I ain't particular dressed up.
That's your Sunday suit and you know it.
I'm just being neat's all.
Oh.
Everybody ought to be neat. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Besides, how could I be in love with a woman I ain't never even saw?
That's right. I doggos we ain't sorry yet, have we?
Well, of course we ain't.
You know, I'd just die laughing if she's ugly as a mud fence.
Well, it wouldn't make no difference to me if she was. All I'm interested in is discussing education with her.
Education?
Besides, I asked the ticket agent at the county seat depot yesterday if he'd saw any auburn-haired woman get off the train, and he said he never noticed her hair, but an awful good-looking woman got off the train there yesterday.
Well, how do you know that was her, though?
'Cause he said she was the only woman that got off at the county seat.
Well, I do know. But, all you're interested in is just, education, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
Look out the window there and see if you can see her coming.
All right. My, Mr. Eddard's a handsome and generous feller.
Don't say it in that tone of voice, Abner. Can you see anybody?
No. Nobody except Cedric. He's coming across there.
Oh, good. Yeah. I feared he wouldn't get here on time.
Get here on time? You aiming on him saying them casual remarks about you, too?
No, I just had him run a couple of errands for me, is all.
Oh, I see. I do know. Yeah, morning, Cedric.
Morning, Mr. Abner.
What you got in that box there?
Here, give it to me, Cedric. Yes, Mom.
What's in it, Lum?
Oh, nothing at all. Much obliged, Cedric.
Well, now, what's in it? Come on, now, tell me, Lum. What is it?
It's a flower and some perfume.
Oh.
For goodness sake, Cedric, do you have to tell everything? Oh, I'm sorry. I never knowed it was a secret.
Perfume? Is that what you said, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. It's got a fancy name, too. Love's Temptation.
For the land sakes. Are you using that stuff now, Lum?
No, this perfume is just a little present for Miss Sloan.
Oh.
Just to make her feel at home in Pine Ridge is all.
Help the education.
That's right.
Yeah, well, let's see it, Lum. Open up the box there.
Oh, all right. There, look at it.
Let's see. Hey, doggies. Sure got a fancy ribbon on it, I'll say that for you. Where are you going to set it, Lum?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll just stand it on her desk here. I wrote out a card to go with it.
You have? What does the card say?
Oh, it's just stuff about education. You wouldn't understand it.
Well, what's this flower here for?
Well, that's to wear in her hair at Luke Spears' restaurant tonight.
Luke Spears' restaurant?
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell you, but maybe me and her'll have supper there tonight. Just to discuss education, I'll understand.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Cedric, did Luke say he'd fix that up for me? Yes, Mom. He said he'd stay open a half hour later tonight, so her and you could eat by yourselves after everybody else had gone.
For the land's sake.
And he said he'd fix it so you could eat by candlelight, too.
Candlelight?
Why, sure. We got to save electricity.
For the land's sake.
But he ain't found nobody to play soft romantic music on the mandolin yet, though.
Mandolin? Lum, you have to have music and candlelight to discuss education.
No, you don't have to have them.
Well, Cedric said Luke was trying to get them for you.
I know. I had that idea. It's better that way.
Tis, huh?
You can concentrate on what you're saying then, I think.
Doggies, that beats anything I've ever heard of yet. Lum, you're more in love with her than every one woman you've ever saw yet. Ever knowed about. You ain't even saw Miss Sloane yet.
I ain't in love with
you
her.
You done it.
Thing.
I
ought to know.
Looking at you.
I ought to know when I'm in love, oughtn't I?
Well, you ought to, but you're in love right now. Getting that music over there and wanting to eat with her tonight, bringing her perfume and all that stuff.
I'm just trying to be neighborly's all, Abner. I want her to feel at home. New teacher coming in here without a friend in the world.
I wish you'd move next to me if you're that kind of a neighbor, I'll say that. Elizabeth would love a bottle of perfume.
Take
me to Luke Spears.
1,000 or 100 times. I'm just doing this in the best interest of Pine Ridge education system.
I know what you're doing.
No, I got to be going. I never meant to get in no argument here. Papa wants me to help him in the blacksmith shop today.
Yeah, wait a minute, Cedric. I'll go along with you.
No, you're staying here, Abner.
Huh?
Much obliged for helping me out, Cedric. I'll see you later. Yes, Mom. Wonderful world.
Wonderful world, Cedric. Now, Lum, I'm going too. You don't need me around here.
Yes, I do. You're the one that's going to suggest me and her having this supper tonight at Luke's.
Me?
Yeah. When you hear me say that I think we ought to continue our discussion of education sometime soon, then you step in and suggest about the supper.
For the land's sake. Now, why don't you do that, Lum? You're the one that's going to eat supper with her, not me.
Well, it's better this way. It won't look like I'm being too forward.
It won't, huh?
No. And another thing, once in a while you can whistle something like,
Whistle?
Yeah, just little tunes like the Wedding March or Love's Old Sweet Song, just to put romantics in the air.
Doggy, this is going too far. Now, that's one thing I ain't going to do.
Yes,
stand up here and whistle.
Yes,
I ain't done it. No, sir, I won't do it.
You better whistle, Abner. I'm going to whop you right on top of the head with something.
Just start whopping, 'cause I ain't going to whistle no love songs, I'll tell you that. Get your canary if you want some whistling, Dad.
See this eraser in my hand?
Now, Lum, put that down there. Don't you throw that thing at me. Now, you put that down. That's one of them wood backwards. Pick up a soft one if you're going to throw something.
I'll take a piece of chalk and write a sign right on your back.
Now, Lum, all right, I'll whistle.
See if you can see her coming yet. That's better.
Well, all right. Swan to goodness, stand around there whistling love songs for you. That beats anything I ever seen in my life.
Can you see her yet?
No, I can't. Some old codger wearing spectacles coming up the schoolhouse,
Oh, for goodness sakes. Now, who can that be?
I don't know. I never seen him before. Maybe it's some feller that wants to get the janitor's job for this year.
More than likely. Well, I'll get shut of him before he knows he's here, even.
Yeah, mind out. He's coming up the door there now.
Well, how do you do, sir?
How do you do? I'm looking for, Mr. Edgar, I believe, the school board president.
Well, that's me, but the name's Eddard.
Oh, yes, of course. Edgar's. I'm sorry.
I'm Abner Peabody.
Hush up, Abner. What was you wanted, mister?
Wanted? Why, you sent for me, I believe?
Sent for you? I never sent for you.
Oh, you didn't? Well, now, that's strange. Awfully strange. I'm sure I received a note from you, something about dropping over here to have a chat on education with you.
But
there's evidently been a mistake. things do get jumbled up. But no matter, no matter. I just want to look the school over, get used to my new surroundings, you know.
Your new surroundings? What do you mean by that?
Why, I mean, well, as the new teacher,
New teacher? Well, wait a minute. Her name's Marion.
Oh, yes, that's right. Only I'm not a her. Marion Orville Sloan.
Oh, my goodness.
Is this where I start whistling, Long?
Well, it looks as though the new school teacher's job is liable to prove a headache to School Board President L. Edwards. And say, speaking of headaches, always keep a package of modern, effervescent Alka-Seltzer tablets handy, both at work and at home. And then if a headache comes along, you're prepared to help yourself to fast relief, for Alka-Seltzer really does offer fast relief for headaches, thanks to the unusual combination of scientifically tested ingredients which it contains. In fact, it offers a kind of relief you hope for, but really don't buy it. And, oh yes, I almost forgot, if you don't have Alka-Seltzer handy, the next time a headache troubles you, get a 30 or 60-cent size package from your nearest druggist. Or, if you prefer, your druggist can serve you a glass of Alka-Seltzer at his soda fountain.
There you go, Lum's in it again. 83 years, September 22nd, 1942. Lum and Abner, I guess he didn't know that that John Wayne's name was Marion, so, you know, it works both ways. Anyway, thank you for being with us on this Monday edition of the podcast. Tomorrow, The Great Gildersleeve, The Charlie McCarthy Show, Milton Berle, The Screen Directors Playhouse, and another episode of Lum and Abner. Thanks for being with us here on this edition, this Monday edition of Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.